Hello and welcome back to Toucan Tarot. Thank you so much for all you new subscribers. It means so much to me. I love that I'm on the YouTube train now. Today we are going to do what are they thinking or feeling about us. So whoever it is that's in your mind right now, you're wondering what's going on, hopefully we'll get some answers today. And yeah, if you want to skip straight ahead, timestamps are down below. But guys, I'm feeling so grateful and blessed. I've had so many private readings and beautiful messages and comments, and I just want to say thank you so much. Again, if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to click the subscribe button, and please do comment below. I love hearing from you guys. But enough of that, let's get straight into it. So how are they feeling, or what are they thinking about you? We're going to try and get some messages today. Messages, get my words out. We're going to start off pile number one, the beautiful Marilyn Monroe. We've got pile number two, crystal number two, the awesome and handsome George Clooney. And then finally the idol that is, oh, I think it's something wobbling here. Yeah, let me just sort that out. There we go. The beautiful Billie Holiday. Sorry, I'm just going to quickly sort out this. There we go. Beautiful Billie Holiday. So again, we've got pile one, pile two, and pile three. I always suggest you take a big deep breath in, see which pile resonates more with you. Again, we've got Marilyn Monroe, George Clooney, and Billie Holiday. And it may be so that you're, certainly nearing towards more than one pile, and that's great too. There could be lots of different messages, so feel free to have a look at all three or two in specific or whatever suits you best. Cool, so let's just get on with it, shall we? We're going to start with pile number one, Marilyn Monroe. I'm just going to pop the wonderful Billie and George Clooney up here. And Marilyn Monroe, pile one, what are they thinking about you? We're going to go in and we're going to start with some Lunar Soul Tarot. As those of you that have watched my channel before, you'll know that I also read through my guides. So hopefully we'll get some messages from Spirit today, and we'll see what comes up. But yes, what are they feeling or thinking about us? Pile one. Let's try and get some clear narrative. Apologies those of you that can hear perhaps the odd car wailing by. It's super hot today, so I've got all my windows and doors open. But let's get cracking straight into it. What are they feeling? I have already shuffled these, but I'm inclined to just do one more little. There we go. What are they feeling or feeling about us? Thinking and feeling. So we have Queen of Wands. Oh, I love the Queen of Wands. We have the Six of Wands. Interesting. We have the Death card. Don't be freaked out by that. I know some people are. And we have the Devil. Okay. Again, don't be freaked out by these two. We'll go into it in a moment. I'm also going to pull some Moonology cards and see if we can get a bit more direction, a few more messages. And we have New Moon Eclipse, expect powerful change. And we also have Take Time to Breathe, the disseminating moon. Right, let's go straight in. I am going to pull out some more cards as well, but let's just crack straight into this, shall we? Okay, well, certainly what they feel about you, straight off the bat. We've got the Queen of Wands here and the Six of Wands. They think the world of you. I mean, the Queen of Wands is actually one of my favourite queens. And, what does the Queen of Wands signify? Fairness, strength, honesty, intuition, power, but fairness as well. So they absolutely do have you on this kind of pedestal. I almost want to say maternal, but yeah, they without a doubt see you as some kind of go-getter, someone that's independent. And this is important to note as well. They definitely see you as somebody that doesn't need others. And that's perhaps something that they get a bit intimidated by, but not hugely. So I wouldn't, that's not focused on, but they see you as an absolute powerhouse, But again, more than that strength and certainly whether it be in the business world, I would say definitely. But also in life, they very much see you as a leader, inner strength, inner wisdom. But fairness is coming through really strong here. I think where the intimidation comes from, my guy's saying here is it's not necessarily intimidation of who you are, because you are such a powerful force and being, and you're very self-assured and self-aware. And it's not necessarily that, but it's almost that they're not maybe necessarily as great articulating themselves as well as you. So certainly they're not sure perhaps how to approach you at times. But again, because they know that you are so fair, and there's certainly one of the attributes they love most about you, it can just take them a little bit of time. I think, certainly they think a little bit more about what they're saying before approaching you, if that makes sense. But, they absolutely, this person thinks the world of you. They do. Something perhaps has happened in this connection is what I'm seeing. And we see triumph, victory with the Six of Wands here. And the 6, that number 6, it's the lover's card, right? It's the lover's number. So there's definitely a romantic connection I'm feeling here, or certainly, if not romantic, a feeling of unity. And, this person thinks deeply of you. So if it's not necessarily a romantic connection that you're thinking of, or person that you're thinking of, they feel very deeply connected to you. And they absolutely love that connection and that friendship and that, as you see here, victory, holding their stick up to the sun, victorious and so forth. So they absolutely do want things to progress with you. And what we are seeing though, we've got the Death and the Devil card here. And people always get freaked out when we see this Death card, but there's really no need. Certainly in this situation, my guide is suggesting here that there's huge grief about whatever's happened in this situation. So again, whatever's just come before now, for some of you it may have been a betrayal, or a big incident has happened, whether it's betrayal or, again, hopefully that resonates with you. But whatever it is, a huge incident's happened. There's certainly from their end huge grief. I'm feeling that from your end as well. There's been an ending of some kind, whether it be that you haven't had contact with this person for quite some time, or things have soured off between the two of you. There is really, I almost want to give you a hug, and them a hug actually, because there's definitely grief. There's definitely grief behind there, but the biggest thing that comes with the Death card is new beginnings. So as well as grieving for you and wanting to connect again and make that connection work, they definitely want new beginnings with you, for sure. And we see that with their thoughts of you here, but definitely new beginnings and hopefully a fresh start is what they would ultimately desire. We've also got the Devil over here. I almost want to say it's distorted energy of love, so to speak. A lot of the time, and not in all your cases, but this can signify addiction or gambling. Perhaps that was something to do with why, this did sour in the first place, or something unsavory at their end that they perhaps partake in. But one thing I will say is that this person definitely, they're almost, there's a real learning period going on here and a growth period from their end. It's almost like the shadow aspect of themselves they're finally seeing with their own eyes. They understand where they went wrong and they're hoping to build back. Of course, whether or not it's too far for you is another conversation entirely, or whether they have pushed you away. For some of you, this would have been someone perhaps that you have been in a relationship with. If you haven't, they've done something, to push you away that wasn't necessarily so nice, shall I say, whether that be, perhaps blanking you or ignoring your calls, and there's definitely, again, deep remorse, but they are being quite realistic in themselves, and they do see this, and they do see that they do have that kind of tendency to go into that place that is it's looking after themselves and not thinking of others. It's self-awareness, but not having awareness of those around them, including you, that they may have hurt along the way. I definitely feel that this person doesn't quite feel good enough for you. We said earlier that they're quite intimidated, but not in an intimidated, but in a bad way. They see your worth. They see you for exactly who you are, which is glorious and wonderful. But it's almost like they don't quite feel good enough for you. Again, whether this is because of a situation that did happen, or because they know that they do have, these tendencies that you don't necessarily approve of or agree with. It's not your line of thinking or your way. But I can't stress enough, there's definitely work going on with them. Again, whether that will be enough for you is a different story, and you have to stay true to thine own self And, you know, certainly when we get readings like this, where perhaps there has been a bit of wrongdoing on the other one's end, it really is so individual, guys, as you know your situation. It's different for all of us. So, you know, if you did want a private reading perhaps deeper into this, we can. But what I can say is that there's definitely, yeah, and my guide's confirming here, there's definitely, you know, self-reflection on their end occurring. And I can pretty much confirm now that they do want this new beginning. You know, they do see that, again, with you, there could be victory, there could be, it's almost, and as cliche as it is, it's almost like, you know, in their eyes, you complete them. But they're not sure whether to take that next step, because, again, they worry very much about what you think. It's almost as if they're waiting for you to give them direction as to where you want to go here. Again, certainly for a lot of you, there's a feeling of disgust within themselves. So again, let's say, for example, if they have just cut contact and walked away, they're not quite sure how to come back from that, if that makes sense. So it is a case of perhaps if you are wanting to entertain this situation a little bit further, that you may need to be the one that kind of puts out that olive branch. Unfortunately, as much as we hate doing that, my guide is definitely reminding me here, and again, this is different for everyone. So not, you know, some of you may want to just chop this person off. It's in an individual situation. Everyone's different. Different things have occurred in all of the relationships of the people that we're, you know, watching this video. But definitely, you know, there is growth going on here. And certainly, you know, ego, I'm seeing, can get in the way of both ends here, certainly in theirs. I mean, again, I feel, far more balanced than they are. But if it is something that you do want to, you know, you're not quite finished yet, then feel free to go ahead and see where the land lies and put yourself out there. My guide's saying the worst thing that can happen, right, is it doesn't work. But you've tried. That thought is no longer in your mind, so to speak. So definitely push forward, because either way, what I'm hearing is that you'll know where you stand, and more importantly, not where you stand with them, because as I said, they pretty much will give you what it is that, you know, they want to come back to you, or they want to reconnect. But it's really very much on your end as to what you decide, depending on how the situation spoiled in the first place, as to where you'll want to take that. We've also got here, expect powerful change, new moon eclipse, and take time to breathe. Certainly with the new moon eclipse, it is a big, powerful change. I love this card, isn't it? Beautiful and pretty, and you see the eclipse moon beaming out from behind there. And there are big changes coming. And again, depending on what side of that change you want to be on, things are going to be great for you. I definitely feel that. You're a strong, independent person that absolutely have all the tools in your box, much like the Queen of Wands, to go forward and do whatever it is that your heart desires. My guide is saying, remember your self-worth and don't sell yourself short. Again, you know, depending on what happened here, some of you, it may not be that bad, and therefore it may be worth giving another go. You know that deep down. But for some of you, it may be a case of perhaps this is, you know, sailed its course. But I still feel that there is some closure there needed. But yeah, either way, whether this person is going to, you know, you decide that this person is going to enter your life again, or whether they're not, there's going to be huge, powerful change. If you're one of the people that do decide perhaps that, you know, you want to give this another go, then you'll definitely see powerful changes from them. It's almost like they have been given that, you know, knee jerk, that the exact jerk that they needed in order to kind of wake themselves up in this situation. But again, my guide is reminding me to tell you to be very clear and concise about your boundaries and what you expect, because you very much are in the controlling, you know, you've got the power in your hands here, rightly so. But for those of you that are with this and don't want to, you know, bring this connection back, there is going to be powerful change either way. You know, my guide is reminding us, which we say all the time, and you know this even, it's just a reminder that all of these things that happen to us, you know, the universe never gives us or puts us in a situation of things that we can't handle. They're either a lesson to, well, everything's a lesson to learn from, to grow from. And whatever happens here, you know, you're going to be really, really great because of this, in a really powerful, strong, independent, deep inside your soul way. And again, much like I said earlier, the main thing is know your worth, trust thine own self. You've arrived, I'm hearing, you've arrived. Time to breathe out. disseminating moon, and that's just reminding us, you know, obviously this situation very much is on your mind. You've come here, you're watching this video, right? You want to know what they're thinking. My guide's saying you need to relax with that. You know, the power very much is in your mind, even if you don't see it that way. It really is. You know, you certainly sell yourself short in how others project and how others think of you. This person thinks the world of you. So just ease up on the thinking about this situation. And there's certainly questions there that you need to know, but remember to replenish, meditate, and go back to ground and look after yourself in your headspace. So, you know, don't let the worry take over about this situation. We've obviously got the beautiful, amazing Marilyn Monroe. Orgasms don't exist. It's better to spend your time reading Ulysses. Enjoy your wedding day. You only get to do that 3 or 4 times in your life, and never pick stability over a good time. And, you know, I mean, obviously you can take that quite literally if you want, but really it's just the whole energy of Marilyn Monroe and reminding us, I mean, there's 2 sides to Marilyn Monroe that we all know of if you've ever really, you know, researched her and so forth. But certainly the energy that's coming through in this reading is that beautiful, vibrant, you know, go lucky, almost what we're saying here. Take time to breathe out, you know, forget others. They will be there if you want them to or not. But it really is time to enjoy it, much like the Queen of Wands, you know, enjoy the moment, relax in oneself and so forth. I'm going to pull out for you just before we finish, because this is just a quick YouTube reading. And again, if you wanted more questions, which I'm sure some of you will, my private readings are open again, so definitely just hit me up over on the details you'll find down below, and we can go a bit deeper. But this is great, guys. Again, powerful change is coming. Now's the time to just be you and be in love with you and who you are, and very much the power's in your hands. We also have the koala. I love this. Tribe, stability, circumspection. It is stability, and you know, again, this is really not to do with them. You are so stable in yourself right now, or you're certainly entering that phase. No wonder they're attracted to you. You know, you really are Marilyn Monroe, owning it in every inch of your being, which is so awesome. I want to meet you. You've got these awesome, like, powerful, great vibes. You know, my guide's saying, my love, you could conquer anything you want to. This person, the next person, life, business, you really are, again, Queen of Wands energy. And please do go read up about the Queen of Wands. You will be very happy with what you see. You know, those Piscean vibes coming through. Yeah, just real chilled, assured, power. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. I hope it's given you a little bit of an indication. Again, if you want to go into more detail, then hit me up in the private readings. But I hope you've enjoyed this short reading. Sending you all the love and light in the world. Peace out, we will speak soon. Let me know down below your thoughts. I love, love, love feedback. And if there's anything else, of course, more videos I'm going to be putting out. So if there's anything in particular, a video you'd like to see, let me know. But yeah, we'll go from there. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Please hit the like button. It helps me on that YouTube algo train. And love and light, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Speak to you soon. Take care. Pile 2, George Clooney in the house. If you chose George Clooney, the sexy, sexy George Clooney, I love George Clooney, then this reading is for you. And today we are going to be looking at what they think about you. What are they feeling about you and thinking about you? So hopefully this reading will give you a little bit of clarity. I'm going to be starting off by using the Lunar Soul Tarot. I have already given these a good shuffle after the last read, but I'm going to get a little bit more. And yeah, we're just going to try and see what messages come up. As a reminder, those of you that haven't watched my channel before, I do read through my guides as well. So hopefully we'll get a little message through from Spirit. Of course, guys, these readings that I've got on YouTube are just short readings, you know. So if you wanted to go into more depth, certainly those of you, and thank you for those that have been booking all the private readings, keeping me busy. I love it. But yeah, if you want to know a little bit more, it's best that you hit me up in a private reading. You know, these picker cards, I'm just meant to give a little bit of guidance, and of course, hopefully that some of the messages do resonate and help you. But if you want a little bit more in depth, then I definitely suggest a private reading. But yes, welcome back, guys. Let's start with the Lunar Soul. I'm going to pull out quite a few. We'll see what happens. We'll put out certainly pull out some Oracle cards as well. But we have 3 of Wands. We have the 7 of Wands. All the ones today, guys. We have the King of Discs. Interesting. And then we also have the 8 of Wands, lots of wands. I'm going to pull out a couple of Moonology cards as well. And see if we can get a little bit more clearance. But guys, all the wands today. And of course, the King of Discs. Let's see. We have New Moon Eclipse. And we also have Void of Course Moon. Of Course Moon. Nothing will come of this situation. Expect powerful change. Don't worry just yet. Let's see what they say. So should we just get straight into it? And then, of course, we can pick up more cards and go from there. Let's go. Okay, so, I'm definitely feeling with some of you that the person you've asked about is perhaps involved, we've got the King of Discs here, is involved perhaps in work of some kind, whether it be boss or colleague or so forth. But the thoughts of you, I mean, this whole video is what are they thinking about me, how do they feel about me? They see you as someone quite standoffish, actually. You know, we've got the 7 of Wands here, George Clooney himself, you know, the kind of person that keeps silent person. You know, you get these loud mouths that kind of, you know, let the whole world know what it is that they're doing and how they're feeling and so forth. That's not what we've got here. We've got very much somebody that, yeah, is not in that way inclined. You know, they're very much see you as someone that's more put together and more solid than that. More confined is what I'm hearing. So because of that, they're not quite sure how to take you. I would say that they're quite similar to you as well. So I can appreciate why there's confusion between the two of you, because they also are quite like this. I mean, to be quite frank with you, what I'm seeing here is, you know, that both of you could either take or leave this. But it definitely could go both ways. I mean, we start with the 3 of Wands, and certainly we see that's fulfillment, you know, intuitiveness, creation, rebirth. So definitely they're thinking about you for sure, much as you're thinking about them, but they're not quite sure what it is they're thinking. You know, it's like you kind of both think about each other, but you're not quite sure what's there. I'm guessing that this is quite a new situation here. Or certainly a confused one that you've not got on that deep intimate level yet. But definitely, you know, you're both very much yes people, as in the, not yes people necessarily, but the doing. You know, you very much, you say you're going to do something, you do it. But yeah, you're both just as confused as each other is what's coming away. We see with the 7 of Wands as well, you know, a little bit of self-preservation and defensiveness. And again, I would say that this goes both ways. It's almost as if they feel that they've met their match, so to speak, you know, and they're not quite sure how to tread with that, which is how you're feeling, is the biggest thing that's coming through here. But yeah, with the King of Discs, we see, you know, I mean, this guy, again, very much the do person, he says he's going to do it, very controlled, very certainly in regards, normally it would signify a boss type person, or certainly someone in a leadership role. You know, they take situations and matters very seriously and deal with them. You know, they're not someone to put things off tomorrow. They're very action and in control of whatever it is that they're doing, whether it be in work or with love or with, you know, personal things. But definitely they see you as someone that is constantly on the go. And again, they're the same. And it's because of these similarities coming through that, again, I think you're not quite sure how to approach the situation. And, you know, I will say that there's not been a mind made up here about how to feel about this connection, if it's a love connection or if it's not a love connection that you're thinking of, but just, you know, maybe a colleague or someone random, other than love. Again, they're not quite sure how to feel about you. It's as if more ground needs to be kind of stepped in, and that's on both your sides. You know enough to know, and the intrigue is there. But yeah, it's as if you're both kind of dipping your toe in and, you know, quickly taking it out because you're not sure what the other person's thinking. They're quickly taking it out. So to be really frank with you, this could go either way here. We see down here, expect powerful change and nothing will come of this situation. And that's not certainly to say that nothing will come of this, so, you know, ignore it. But it's definitely to say that it could certainly go either way with that, or powerful change could happen and bring you both together. And the ball is very much, it's an even keel is what I'm feeling here, not weighed to anybody's, you know, edge. It is very much an even keel. So you both have the ability to go with it or not, you know. Again, I'm really real similarities here, guys. so much. We see with George Clooney, we've got if you commit the perfect heist, make sure you don't brag about it. Intelligence is sexiest attribute. Once you share your personal life, it's not personal. And again, I would say you both emulate George Clooney really well, both of you. And that's certainly how they see you. Again, someone that, you know, does keep their cards close to their chest. You're very well guarded, as they are. They admire that about you greatly, by the way, because it's something that they themselves are. But yeah, you're not a talker. You don't brag, and they very much admire your the intellectual side of you, your mind. Again, because they see lots of similarities. I'm almost getting, and you know, of course, I don't read for twin flames, and I'm absolutely not saying this is your twin flame, but there's so many similarities here that it's that kind of thing where you've met your match, you know, and you're both very similar thinkers. In this situation, you know, they're thinking about you exactly what you're thinking about them, which is unsurety, not quite sure, and to be quite frank, that you could both take it or leave it right now. Let me pull some more cards. I'm feeling inclined to pull some animal oracles here. Let's see what we come up with. I'm going to pull 2 just to get a little bit more out of these energies. But yeah, you can both take it or leave it right now. It would be really interesting though, because you are both similar as to how you will go with this. Again, kangaroo that we've got right next to the 8 of Wands, that momentum. You know, you're both very busy, or you're certainly both got a lot on that you're dealing with, whether it be work or family, or, you know, you're constantly both on the go. And that's almost why it's a little bit sometimes, because, you know, it's not like you just have all the time in the world on your hands and, you know, you're wondering where to go with this. We've got the kangaroo, which certainly signifies maternal, quantum leaps, direction, and we've got the moose, which, you know, talks about engagement and boldness and commanding attention. Definitely feel that both of you are wanting the other party to kind of step up and say, hey, I'm into you, let's do something. But you're both feeling that way, and it almost is like this moose here. It's like you see these beautiful horns. Isn't the moose a gorgeous creature, by the way? But it's like you're both butt heads, you know. You're both wanting to take that move. My guides are saying you need to go with certainly your gut feeling on this, but not to stress too much about it, because again, even if you are overthinking it, that's because you have maybe a little too much time on your hands. But in reality, if you're really truthfully honest with yourself, you could take or leave this. Again, that's not to say that you won't take it and they will take it and fireworks will go off. There's powerful changes happening. But equally, you know, if nothing happens, then water off a duck's back. So I think the advice to you would be is just to really go with your gut feeling again. Obviously, if you want me to go deeper into this, which we can do so on the on a private reading. But yeah, the ball's in your court as much as it is theirs. So my guide is suggesting, you know, work it out a little more, kind of put yourself out there a little bit. They'll do the same, and just see what happens with this connection. There's definitely interest from both sides. The thoughts are very powerful from both sides. And again, I hasten to add that whatever it is you're thinking about them is what they're thinking about you. Very much is that mirror, you know, twin vibe of that, you know, you're very similar thinkers. And again, that's why perhaps you're both being a little bit stubborn to come to the table. And because again, you both hold your cards to your chest. This is why it's a bit stagnant, so to speak. They're exactly the same as you in that way, a little bit stubborn, shall I say. Well, it's not stubbornness, my guide's saying. He's like poking me. No, it's not stubbornness. It's more of a, they just don't know what you think. And much like you're thinking about them, you just don't know to take that next step. So certainly if you want to be brave, then be brave, you know, because not only will they admire that about you for sure, but if it doesn't work out, water off a duck's back. If it does, then, you know, great things. And it will certainly be, I'm giggling now and a big smile has come across my face, because I almost really want to, you'd make a good, like, you know what it's like, big brotherish when you see things play out. That's why we all like reality TV. I'd love to watch you guys together, because yeah, you're both so similar, but very intellectual thinkers and, you know, deep thinkers and smart people. That it would be a really interesting duel, and a duel is what I'm seeing. Certainly if you were to get together, or this connection was to come together again, you know, for some of you may have been asking about business, and that would mean that, you know, take heed and remember that you both think the same. So sometimes, you know, one of you will have to give. And the same on a lover's side. If it is a love situation we're looking at here, then just bear that in mind. But yeah, there's so much fast momentum, as we see in the Eight of Wands, coming from both of you, that, you know, could easily quite happily go like that. But if you really want, you're really inquisitive about this, then take a leap. It's not going to bother you either way at the end of it, deep down. And if you are a bit obsessive, my guide's saying, if you are obsessing over this person a little bit too much, you've just got a tiny little bit more time on your mind than need be. Or is it really this person that you're craving, or is it the connection that you're craving? But either way, you could take or leave this. If you do take it, it will be lots of fun, for sure. And if not, then equally vroom. So in that case, I would suggest to take a leap. But again, it's going to be very different for all of you. I hope that's given you some clarity. Pretty much they're thinking what you are. Exactly the same as what you are. If you want to go into this in a little bit more detail, please do hit me up on my private readings, because again, everyone's situation is so very different from the next, and we can look into it a little bit more clearly and concisely in regards to your personal situation. But let me know in the comments below if this is, you know, relating to you, the fact that you are very similar. But yeah, you both hold your cards close to your chest, so, you know, maybe dip that little toe in there. I hope you found this helpful. I hope you've enjoyed this reading. Sending so much love and light out to you all. And please comment below. I love comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to subscribe and like, 'cause it really helps me on my YouTube journey. And I will be back soon, guys. Peace and love. Bye. Pile 3, or Crystal 3, those of you that chose Billie Holiday, this reading is for you. Oh, I love Billie Holiday. She's such a beautiful, amazing legend. If you've never listened to Billie Holiday, now is your time. After this reading, go and hit her up on YouTube and have a look at some of her tunes. So, thanks for coming to the reading, guys. Today is all about, what are they thinking about you? What are they feeling about you? Those of you that have watched my channel before, you will know that I tend to read through my guides mostly. The cards just kind of are a trigger or indication to what's happening, but we'll try and get some messages from Spirit and see what we've got. I'm going to be starting out by using the awesome Lunar Soul Tarot, and we'll add in some oracles as well. I have already given these a good shuffle, but I'm inclined to do just one more. But yeah, what are they feeling about you? If those of you that are new to my channel, say hi below. I love knowing about where you're from, who you are. So don't forget to comment below, and of course what your thoughts are of this reading as well. But yeah, should we get cracking? So let's see what we've got here. So the first card, we have the Sun. I love the Sun. We've got the Ten of Wands. We have the King of Cups. And we have the Star. Okay. Okay. And I'm also going to pull some Moonology cards. I'm feeling very inspired to do that. Really drawn to these Moonology cards at the moment. Really enjoying them. Let me know if you have the deck too. It's such a lovely deck. And good little indicator from energies as well. So we have the Cardinal Moon. Be bold and make the first move. And we also have Mutable Moon. Nothing is yet set in stone. Right, guys, should we just get straight into it? And then we can kind of go from there. Let's do it. Just going to move these down a bit because I've chopped off good old Billy's head there. Wow, powerful cards here, guys. And we've got two major arcanas come up, the Sun and the Star, which are beautiful cards. This is going to be a lovely reading. I'm feeling such positive, good vibes about this. This person feels deeply about you and strongly too. I mean, obviously we've got the Sun, and we start with the Sun. And what do we know about the Sun? Purity, you know, a highly ascended state of innocence, I almost want to say. Joy, freedom, vulnerability, abundance. You know, this person sees you as literally like the Sun. Exactly that. They see you with an absolute abundance of everything to them, and they really have put you up there on that pedestal. You make them happy, you make them feel joy. I'm going to just show you this card. We see celebration. There's even a unicorn in there, guys, with the beautiful Sun around you. And when we speak of the Sun, you know, what cards kind of line up in the major arcana? We've got almost the Wheel of Fortune vibes there, and the Magician vibes. Really, really good energy coming through. That they absolutely see you I mean, obviously it's not the world card, but almost like that. They think the world of you, and they see you as pure joy and sunshine. And we've got here as well the King of Cups, and I'll come on to the other cards in a moment. You know, this is definitely, there's a romantic thing here going on, or certainly they feel that towards you, but they really feel like you have a real, you know, seriously high level of maturity when it comes to feelings, matters of the heart, love. Oh, they just think the world of you. They think you're pure and utter sunshine. This is a really good energy card. And we've also got the star here. You know, we look at the star and there's a real strength there, the star. Obviously, you know, you add those numbers together and we get the number 8, which is the number of strength. 17, of course, is the star's number. You see, it's pure strength. And certainly when we look at the star, you know, you're a dreamer. You see this person looking up into the stars. You know, 1 foot grounded, 1 foot in the water, very balanced. Literally, they see you as somebody that you can create anything you want to create. And I mean, wow, there is very, 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 very strong feelings for you within this person, rumbling underneath there. There's no denying that, certainly in this reading. So they're having powerful, powerful thoughts about you. You know, they definitely see you as just somebody that not only gives back, but again, this loving thing is coming in, and that's something they really appreciate, because what I'm sensing from their end is they too have this, you know, level of maturity when it comes to emotional situations and so forth. So it's very much appreciated from your end. And this person is really into you guys. That's all I can say. We have got the 10 of Wands here, as you see. And the 10 of Wands, you know, I mean, it looks like perhaps a little bit of a sad card, but not so much. This is definitely them wanting. You see this chap stuck behind all of these, you know, sticks and wands, and he's almost trapping himself. But the message that's coming through here with the 10 of Wands in this pile is, you know, they want to be a part of it. You know, they don't want to carry on going alone anymore. They want you in their life. They want to release all these sticks and ones that are kind of cascading them in, and they want a partner. They want you as their partner. It couldn't be any more clearer, guys. I know this sounds too good to be true, but this is what is coming through here, is that they're absolutely into you. They think the world of you, and they definitely want to make this connection work and blossom. We've got here, be bold and make the first move. Nothing is yet set in stone. And of course, we've got Billie Holiday. And Billie Holiday, what a bright soul. I'm just going to read you firstly, in fact, the notes that are here. And again, they're not to be taken literally, but just to give you an idea. A kiss has never tasted... a kiss never tasted like fine wine wasted. You'll never know when you stop until you've had too much. You can find friends in the darkest places. And, you know, very much cup is half full, and to go for it, basically. Billie Holiday, what a woman of her times. You know, she really was powerful and went for what she wanted, and she became a great success doing something she was really passionate about. And it's almost suggesting, again, we've got be bold and make the first move. And very much my guides are telling me that, you know, if you do make the first move here, you won't be disappointed. Certainly the thoughts and feelings that this person is having is they want you. It could not be any more clearer. Nothing yet is set in stone. You know, they're very unsure about how you feel. This is how they feel about you, bear in mind. But they don't know how you feel about them. They feel that there is a chance there. Of course, I'm thinking there is, because you wouldn't be here watching this video, which is great. So yeah, be bold, like this beautiful cardinal moon, and make the first move. Let them know where your feelings are at and what you're thinking. But yeah, this is very much in your hands here, guys, if you want to go for this. A little bit like, well, no more stronger. This is the strongest pile today as an indication of that they are totally into you undeniably. Again, we've got the sun and the star and the King of Cups. You know, they could not be more wanting this relationship or connection. Again, if this is for those that have come to this reading, you're asking about a potential love interest, I mean, it's set in stone, they're into you. If it's you coming to ask about a work connection, you know, they're dreaming this connection. They think you're the absolute star for the job. They're thinking that, yes, this is something that can really work. They want you in on this project. They want you in on their life. So, you know, whatever direction you're coming asking this question of what they're thinking of, is really positive, and they absolutely think the world of you. They think you are sunshine and a star, and one of the real beautiful qualities that you know you see in the star coming here is that, you know, they literally see you. It's almost like they have you on a massive pedestal. They really do, which is deserved. You are a wonderful person. But they literally see you as someone that can make dreams come true. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. You can make their dreams come true. So absolutely, the power is in your hands. Let's see what we have come up here. We've got the sheep. I love sheep. Innocence. What do we know about sheep? Innocence, gentleness, appreciation. And then we have the butterfly. Evolution, delight, and life's rhythm. And again, you know, there is a real innocence with you, but that's what's so charming about you. And they certainly love this quality. In that you don't realise, you know, you've come to this reading, wonder what they're thinking of you. You don't realise how much they do think of you. You know, you're definitely second guessing yourself all the time. Maybe not very good at getting the indicators when someone's into you, or maybe you just need that confirmation. But if ever there was confirmation, this is it. Innocence, gentleness, and appreciation. Yeah, exactly what we're saying about the star. It's almost like that innocent quality. You do. We said earlier about, you know, how giving you are and how much you take care of others. That's certainly, yeah. You're a dreamer. They love that about you. But the giving backside, we come to obviously with the appreciation of the sheep, and all of this combined, just, you're awesome. I want to be friends with you. And we've got the butterfly too, which, you know, even though we've got these really powerful cards here, and the King of Cups, you know, you might see that the sun and the star, you might see these at the end of cycles because, you know, you've almost progressed. But we're always evolving, you know, when you come to the end of the tarot deck, right? When you come right to the end, it starts again, a new cycle. So we're forever evolving, and that's certainly something that they love about you, is that you're not, even though you're this awesome person that sees yourself and others just think so brightly of you, you're a bloody star. You know, they don't, they see you as someone that's ever evolving, so not, you know, someone that's quite nonchalant about that, or a bit stuck up, or a bit, you know, on your high horse. You're really well balanced, and certainly they see you that way. My guys just nipped in here saying, you know, you need to be kinder to yourself, because I don't know if you perhaps realise this about yourself, but you really are all of these things that they see in you. It's really interesting. We're our own worst critics. And what I'm feeling here is sometimes you can be a little bit like that about yourself. But wake up, smell the roses, and see how others think of you, because it's really beautiful. But yeah, the decision is absolutely entirely yours. You know, this is a really short YouTube reading, guys. If you wanted to go and listen to a little bit more detail, hit me up in the, I've opened my private readings. So if you wanted a few more questions off of this, or regarding your particular situation, because of course all your questions will be very different, and your connections that this relates to. I mean, I hope you found this helpful, but if you want any more guidance, definitely hit me up for a personal reading. I'm doing lots at the moment. I'm really enjoying it, so I'd love to get to know you a bit more and delve in. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this feels right for you. Don't forget to subscribe and like as well. I'm going to leave you with these beautiful vibes, because thank you so much. I feel when I read, and this has filled me up with beautiful energy, just like you. Again, final note from my guide: be kind to yourself, because you're beautiful. You know, think of how you treat others, or how you think of others. Start doing that with yourself. Peace out, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to comment, subscribe and like. It really helps me on my YouTube journey. And yeah, I'll be back with you soon. Peace out, guys.